and down. 4, in and hold, lean. 1, 2, 3, and exhale. 5, in and hold, lean. 1, 2, 3, and down. 6, in and hold, lean. 1, 2, 3, exhale, and 7, in and hold, lean. 1, 2, 3, and down. Good. The 6 Horseman is a physical exercise that contains most of the lower body positions for the Tai Chi form. It's a good place for beginners to start. We will hold the poses for a set number of breaths to allow you to memorize and develop the poses. Begin by placing your hands on your hips. This is to isolate the lower body. If your arms get tired, you can move them, but developing the discipline to keep the hands on your hips does not take long. Step your left foot out into a horse position. Check to see that both feet face straight forward. Neither your toes nor your heels stick out. Bend both knees slightly. Breathe in and out. Good. For the next pose, turn to the left. Your front knee should be bent, and your back knee should be locked. Check to see that your front foot is facing straight forward. Your back foot is turned out on a 45-degree angle. This is called Fugal position, F-U-G-A-L, or some other martial arts styles call it bow position. Keep your back straight as you breathe in and out. Good. Now let's switch again. Turn 180 degrees so you are facing to the right. We will hold Fugal position on the other side. This time the right knee is bent and the left knee is locked. Again, check to see that your front foot is facing straight forward and the back foot is turned out on a 45-degree angle. Keep your back straight. Breathe in and out. Good. The next pose is the only pose where you don't turn to switch. Stay facing to the right as you shift your weight to the left leg. 90% of your weight is on the left and 10% is on the right. Only your right toes should be touching the ground and your left knee is slightly bent. This is a balance pose. Breathe in and out. Turn 180 degrees so you are back facing to the left. We are doing balance pose on the opposite side. This time the right leg has 90% of the weight and the left toes have 10%. Keep the right knee slightly bent. Breathe in and out. Turn back to the right. This time you're trying to turn the right foot out so that your toes face towards the back. Your left heel is off the ground as both knees are bent. This is T position. Make sure that your left foot is back far enough so there is approximately 3 to 4 inches distance between your left knee and your right calf. This will help you with your balance. Breathe in and out. For T position on the other side, turn back to the left. Turn your left foot out so that your left toes face towards the back. Bring your right heel off the ground as both knees bend. Again, for balance, make sure your right foot is back far enough so that there's approximately 3 to 4 inches of space between your right knee and left calf. Keep your back straight. Breathe in and out. Now it's time to turn back to the front for the final balance poses. 90% of your body weight should be on the right leg, with the right knee slightly bent. The left toes should touch the ground and hold 10% of your body weight. Try turning the left hip and knee inward so that your left heel begins to face outward. Breathe in and out. Switch your body weight over to the left foot. The right toes now touch the ground. Bend the left knee slightly and distribute your body weight 90-10. Turn the right hip and knee in so that the right heel begins to face outward. Breathe in and out. The final pose in the 6 Horsemen is a resting pose. The left foot slides over to the right so that your feet are touching. Bend both knees only so much that you are comfortable. Tuck your rear end in so that your spine is flat. This allows for better energy flow up the spine. Breathe in and out. Now that you have an explanation of the basic poses, let's work on developing them. You will always change from one pose to the next with one breath. Breathe in and step your left foot out into a horse position. Check your feet to make sure both feet are facing forward and both knees are bent. Some people like to cross their arms like this in horse position for better balance. Breathe in 1 and out. Drop your hips and push your knees out over your ankles. Breathe in 2 and out. Good. Now switch to fugal position. Take a breath as you switch. Your front foot faces straight forward, knee bent. Back knee is locked. Breathe in 1. Drop your hips. Breathe in 2. Good. Now let's switch to fugal position on the other side. Take a breath as you switch. Front knee forward, knee bent. Back knee locked. Breathe in 1. Drop your hips. Breathe in 2. Good. Breathe as you shift your weight back to balance pose. Front toes touch. Breathe in 1. Toes up. Breathe in 2. Breathe and switch. Balance pose on the other side. Front toes touch. Breathe in 1. Toes up. Breathe in 2. Breathe and turn into T position. Right foot turns out. Back heel off the ground. Both knees bent. Breathe in 1. Sink down, breathe in 2. Breathe and turn. Turn out the left foot, back heel off the ground, both knees bent. Breathe in 1. Sink, breathe in 2. Breathe as you face forward in balance pose. Left toes touch, breathe 1. Toes up, breathe 2. Breathe and switch sides. Right toes touch, breathe 1. Toes up, breathe 2. Breathe and shift your left foot to your right, resting pose, knees bent, breathe 1. And 2. Good. Let's try that again, and this time we'll do 3 breaths per pose. Put your hands on your hips. Breathe as you step out into a horse position. Arms are up. Drop your hips. Push your knees out over your ankles. Breathe in 1, 2, and 3. Breathe as you switch into Fugal position. Front foot forward, knee bent, back knee locked. Breathe in 1, 2, and 3. Breathe and switch to the other side in Fugal position. Again, front knee straight and knee bent, back knee locked. Breathe in 1, 2, 3. Breathe and shift your hips back into balance pose. Right toes are up. Breathe in 1, 2, and 3. Breathe and turn to the other side in balance pose. Left toes are up. Breathe in 1, 2, and 3. Breathe and turn the other direction into T position. Left foot turns out, right heel is up. Breathe in 1, 2, and 3. Breathe and turn in T position. Left foot turns out, right heel is up. Breathe in 1, 2, and 3. Breathe and face forward into balance pose. Left toes are up. 1, 2, and 3. Breathe and switch sides. Right toes are up. Breathe in 1, 2, and 3. Breathe and slide the left leg to the right leg into resting pose. Knees are slightly bent. Breathe in 1, 2, and 3. And rest. Good. Let's go back down to 2 breaths per pose. Put your hands on your hips. Breathe and step out into horse position. Sink down right away. Breathe in once, 2. Breathe and switch to a Fugal position. Front knee bent, back knee locked. Drop your hips. Breathe in 1 and 2.